Well, hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to make some sultana and oat muffins. These would be an ideal muffin for those who like them for breakfast, but also great for snacking. So with some porridge oats or some rolled oats in the batter and stuffed full of those juicy sultanas, be very, very good indeed. As with all muffin recipes, it's very simple. You mix the dry ingredients together and the wet ingredients together, combine them, and last minute stir in the sultanas in this case, and then put them in the muffin tins and bake them. So I've started off by preheating my oven to 200 degrees Celsius, 180 Celsius with a fan, 400 Fahrenheit, and I've put 10 paper cases into holes in my 12-hole muffin tin ready to take the batter. So I'll go on to the ingredients, and for the ingredients I have 180 grams, which is 1 cup plus 3 tablespoons of self-raising flour. Now if you don't have self-raising flour, you can use the same amount of plain flour but add in 1 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder and mix that through, and that would be fine. I have 60 grams, half a cup plus 1 1/2 tablespoons of porridge oats or rolled oats. I have 2 medium eggs, which would be large in the USA. 150 millilitres, 2/3 of a cup minus 2 teaspoons of buttermilk. Now, if you don't have buttermilk, you can make up 140 millilitres of milk and add in 2 teaspoons of white vinegar or lemon juice, stir it around and leave it for 10 minutes, and that will be a good substitute. I have 125 grams, which is half a cup plus 2 tablespoons of soft light brown sugar. Then I have 90 millilitres, which is 6 tablespoons of a flavourless oil or vegetable oil, 5 millilitres, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 grams, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 2 grams, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 1/2 grams, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I also have 180 grams of sultanas, which works out at about 3/4 of a cup, just under 3/4 of a cup. So that's all the ingredients, and as I said, we have to mix the dry and then mix the wet and combine them. So that's what we'll do now. So I'm using a large bowl for the dry ingredients. So I'll put the flour in, the oats, the soft light brown sugar, cinnamon, baking soda and salt. And I'm going to give those a good stir around to get those combined and to break up any little clumps of brown sugar that might be clumping together. So that's good. So I'll just set that to one side for a minute and take another bowl, and I'll put the eggs into that. And I'll just whisk those eggs together just to break them up. Then I'll pour in the oil, and the buttermilk and the vanilla extract, and just whisk those to get those combined. That's good. So then I'm going to pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients, and I'm going to mix it together until it's just about combined. You don't want to over mix muffin batter, and as it all begins to come together I will add in the sultanas. And that's come together enough, I think, so I'll add my sultanas in and stir those through. And this is why I didn't mix the flour all the way in, because it will get mixed in more as I stir in the sultanas. And that's good enough. So then we have to spoon that into our muffin tin. So I'm going to divide it fairly evenly into my paper cups. So there, I've filled my 10 paper cases and they're ready to go into the oven. So I'll put them into the oven and I'll bake them for 18 to 20 minutes. They should rise up quite nicely. Now you could sprinkle a little more oatmeal or porridge oats on the top if you wanted to. I don't think it's necessary. You could sprinkle a little bit of demerara sugar on, something like that. But I'm just going to leave these plain. And after 18 to 20 minutes, once they've risen up and a skewer poked into the centre comes out clean, I'll take them out of the oven and I'll put them onto a wire rack to cool down. Then I'll come back and we'll have a taste. I baked my sultana and oat muffins for 18 minutes and then I tested them with a skewer which came out clean. So I took them out of the oven and put them onto a wire rack to cool. They're still a little bit warm, but I've taken the paper case off one and I've actually already had a taste of it, but I'll show them to you now. So this is what they look like, and this is the one I've been eating. So I'll have another taste of it. Very, very good. Lovely and soft, and you get the bit of chew from the sultanas, those fruity sultanas, but they have a lovely texture. Just a little hint of cinnamon. You could add more cinnamon if you wanted to, but I don't like to overpower these things. I just want a little hint. So I think these are perfect for those of you who like a muffin for breakfast. They're also great to take for lunch at work or even at school, I suppose. And they're great for me to go with a cup of tea in the afternoon. So that's going to be it for this recipe, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me the thumbs up below and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there will be an eye that you can click on, and that will take you to a link for the recipe, and I'll put a link below the video as well. And I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.